brawler weapon system.
I suppose if I'm in a dogfight, but the thing is the missile launchers don't miss if it's within 15. So I don't know.
Yeah, but you still got the explosion radius and stuff to take into account, haven't you? With the, well, I suppose with the small missiles, it's not such an issue, but
it's the most forgiving, I think, of the missiles.
Yeah, they're extremely forgiving when it comes to a pilot error. So with this CONDOR2 interceptor, you basically have the advantage of not having to be disrupted by warp bubbles if you ever run through them. And the other advantage is in combat you're running missiles. So you can just fire and you can keep a close range like you would with any of the other frigates. You just don't have to worry about what the enemy is doing so much. If you impact the enemy with your mid slots, then the enemy will just take a little bit more damage. Or if you want to play a little bit more cruel on the enemy, you can reduce weapon ranges for the enemy, and your missiles are just going to hit, provided you use a smaller orbit than you should. So as you know, your standard is 15. If you reduce your orbit to something like 10 or 7, even if they hit you with guidance disruptors, you're just going to pile on that heavy DPS.
Sweet. So I'm just gonna note this so when I go to build them, I know what to fit them with. So small missiles then.
Yeah.
One thing I would say on far as small missiles and flying frigs and stuff, which is primarily what I do, once you get, so like you say, it's like you don't have to worry about tracking and everything just applies. But once you start getting in the fighting the really fast stuff, like 5k a second slashers, Dramiels, some of the daredevils going 4400, then your missiles start to act a little weird, and you have to orbit, you have to make them turn to you so the missile can go across. Or even though you are in missile range and your missile velocity is faster than they are, you will stop getting damage notifications, and it gets a little finicky in the 4500 to 5k range to get your missiles to apply, even light missiles. Just a side note from my experience.
Damn, those things are fast.
Yeah, when you reach such massive speeds, generally everything tends to fall off. So it is
I think
a
it's the
catch with the
explosion
speed.
velocity. It's like you're going so fast that you're just not there when it does its damage.
Yeah, it is. It is mainly that part, because it's exploding, and even though it's exploded on you, the explosion hasn't hit you enough. You just take a small amount of damage, like a 1 or 2, and it's not even impacting the shield enough to make a damage mark. So that's how come it just disappears.
The other thing is turrets will say 0 when they miss, but your missiles, if you're flying straight away from someone that you're faster than, and you guys are going over 4K, you won't even get any notification. You don't get a 0, you don't get a miss. It's just like you're just bugged out and your missiles just stop working. So you have to start doing turns, and you have to make the enemy turn with you in order for your missiles to start applying again.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the catches with the Condor.
It gets a little tricky once you are going so fast that space is blurring.
All right.
Speed.
Yeah, once you go plaid, the missiles start to not apply so good.
Okay, so everybody agrees to small missiles for the Condor, am I right?
I think you should put torpedoes.
Why torpedoes? Oh, I know why.
Wait, let me
Because I have
see.
to fight
What
this
do
guy.
Yeah,
I have to fight
exactly.
this
I
guy.
was like, what are you fighting? Yeah.
No,
Okay.
light missiles are good, and I would like to not get slapped in the face by them. So
So this is perfect, right? We'll count HAVAK as a positive vote on that one. It's a good weapon system.
yeah, I think the majority of my content is Condor Interceptor.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Alright, so then...
Although, no, go
Yes?
ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just about to say, so then after this year we're heading to the mid slots, and that's where your build is really made, because the mid slots determine how effective the weapons are going to be. 1 second. My audio cut out.
Yeah, I have a little bit.
Okay, right now I can hear you. Okay,
Okay.
there's so many bugs today. Oof.
You in space?
Well, as far as mid slots go,
Man, you got a lot of them.
yeah.
And you don't have to
I-
put a disruptor, so that frees up one.
Yeah.
Probably over what you're used to.
Okay,
Now,
Rambo.
if it was my slasher, I'd have. if
Oh
it was
yeah,
my
you'd have
slasher,
scram.
I'd
You'd have scram.
I'd have
Roll, yeah.
scram. I'd have web of fire. But with this,
Do you run a shield booster in your mids on your slasher?
yes.
Those are so good, aren't they? Especially with Frig Cap being so agile. It's like nice to have a rep that doesn't use Cap.
Okay.
I'm really not really sure as to what to put on this, because if say I do try to, well, even then my missiles have 15k max. Web of fire, what's the Predator got? 14.8 max, so I'll still be within
I
web
think
of fire
when you
range.
put the missiles on your ship, you'll get your skill bonuses. So I think it's like 18 or 19 to base
Okay.
with it on your ship.
Still.
Sure.
So you're gonna go a Predator, a Warp Scrambler, and a Shield
I'll
Booster.
go. If his shield boost is applicable to the Condor, then yeah.
Yeah, you can. You can
Oh,
use
yeah,
the
definitely.
group, the large C-type group Shield Booster.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's like, what is it, 500 shield or something crazy?
It's a Bannerman, sorry. Large
Quite a chunk.
Bannerman group Shield Booster. That's 396 if I'm correct. Oh, 393. But you don't have a lot of
Skills
fuel.
on top of that as well.
Yeah, and you won't have
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
think it
fuel.
was.
Sorry.
So small shield group booster. What should I put on here?
No,
No,
You
large.
want to do the large. You can go all the way to large. It still
Oh.
takes just one power grid. That's one of the benefits of.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you'll do the Bannerman is like the largest faction one, and it reps 590 every 20 seconds fitted to the ship with your all 5 skills.
Yeah. Well, I'm forgetting
Nice.
about group.
And
group.
And you'll be able to
skill.
get this in the game, right? This is, yeah. So you should be able to.
I mean, it might be really expensive, but still, even the whatever
like,
MK7 is super awesome.
There's no sale orders on them, and I'm on the live server, so.
It's
know if I'll
supposed
be
to
able-
be part of the game, but we're gonna use it on the content creator server. It's just pushing up the maximum potential that we should have, because they did announce all of these things coming out prior to the end of December. So I don't think it is a big push to go that far.
Okay. Alright, so we'll throw that on there. Then we're off to the low slots.
Mm-hmm.
Which is again 3.
Yeah,
Yes.
Making
3
it-
3.
making
The
it very
trifecta.
simple.
Okay, so. I know who I'm going against. I probably don't want to equip a MWD because it'll be useless. So probably do a afterburner, C-type small afterburner.
C-type small afterburner, okay. What else are you going for?
Elementary laughs at everyone. He laughed at my frig. He's laughing at your frig.
No.
This guy.
I am not laughing at his frig. I am laughing at your frig, Havak. Because you know exactly what's going on with your frig when this guy switches on against you.
Yeah. So my bad. So every frig thing he's laughing at me. I got it.
Okay, so afterburner, I don't think there's any objections with that.
No.
I would say I would run micro warp drive if it was me, but
You did
not
run
really
a
an
micro warp drive.
Yeah, no, so I think
I'm not even
everyone's
gonna waste
running
the slot.
scrams. So
Yeah.
I personally, I'd be going for afterburner as well. So yeah, I
Right.
do agree with the afterburner. Yeah.
I mean, even like myself, I'm running a scram, so afterburner.
Same
Probably
you,
do a C-type small shield boost.
right? C-type small shield boost. And what is your last footing?
I know, I'm a little bit torn whether or not I should put a damage control unit on it.
Or ballistic control unit to improve your missiles damage in the weapon upgrades?
Yeah, that's
or
what
a
I was
shield
looking
extender
for.
because it almost doubles your EHP at this size.
Shield extender.
But that would make you slower, wouldn't it? Or does that not act like the armor?
Oh
No, it
yeah,
doesn't.
the armor, the plate's the only one that got the downside, I believe. So in regular Eve, a shield extender blooms your sig, but I don't think it does in EO. Or EE, sorry.
The shield extender eats your cap. It makes your cap almost disappear instantly because they quite heavy when it comes to cap. So their drawback is it knocks out your capacitor, and all tanks require the capacitor to stay tanky. So the moment you lose cap, it really hurts you in terms of how long you're gonna last in a fight. So that's the drawback on running shield
Yeah,
extenders.
but the shield extender on Frigs, even just the passive amount is like, it's so nice for just not getting one shot,
Yeah, it is.
in my opinion. But yeah, it is super cap hungry. So is the ballistic control. Oh my gosh, I don't know how many times my cap alarm has gone off just for turning on my weapon upgrade mod.
Yeah.
They're thirsty boys. It's like 140 or something crazy.
You can have something like 80%, you switch it on and you're already down to 20%. It's just that
Yeah,
heavy.
the alarm's like,
Yeah. Not really sure what I want to do for that.
Maybe stick with your initial thought, go for a damage control. If you want to remain tanky anyway.
Yeah, I do have to survive.
and 10 seconds in a frig fight's quite a lead.
Yeah, it's a massive lead.
Alright. Because 10 seconds is forever in a frig fight. Feels like anyway.
Alright, so that's what I'll do. I'll do afterburner, shield booster, and damage control all around. So
We're doing no locks until the 3, 2, 1 go, right?
Yeah.
alright, rigs. Weapon rigs.
So for damage on light missiles, I would say it's probably different than your cannons, right? They cyclet rate really fast. So maybe your best thing is 2 damage at 1 cyclet rate, but with the light missiles, it's like 12 seconds between firing. So doing the fire faster rig is, I think,
Payload
So in this
accelerators.
case, payloading, yeah.
yeah, it might be more of a DPS increase. Although I don't use damage rigs on mine, but
I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna do bay loading *2 and califaction catalyst for the damage.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna be fantastic. That's a nice applied DPS. Definitely gets the edge on 1 or 2 of the ships, and one of the ships is just going to have a weird edge over everybody. and we're all gonna know about it in a little bit.
Alright. And I already know what HAVAK's gonna say for the engineering rigs, auxiliary thruster *3.
I'm gonna agree with that one, to be
Well,
honest.
well, also you're brawling, so and you're running a rep. you have afterburner, so it's not as impactful maybe as micro warp drives with Oxes.
Yeah, you might want to chuck a polycarbon in there to be able to maintain your orbit if you're going to be up close.
He doesn't have to maintain the orbit that much because of missiles. He just needs to orbit. So
Yeah, of course, and he's running an afterburner as well, not a micro warp drive, so he doesn't
Correct.
have to worry too much about. Yeah.
and he's already going to have plenty of advantage over most of us, because if he catches us in that type of a close range, he's just going to go straight at you with the scrambler. If you're running a micro warp drive, you're out of your micro warp, so he's just going to apply full damage, and he'll get his edge.
Yeah, and he has full damage rigs, so
Yeah.
be a bad time.
Yeah, that's definitely
Actually,
gonna be a bad
that's the other thing I didn't think about in a frig fight. So light missiles, because it's a 12-second cyclet rate, has a lot of alpha. So maybe the damage rig. What is it? So with the damage mod in the lows and 3 census C types, it's 2600 alpha on a Condor interceptor,
Yeah.
which one shots like Atrons and stuff. And you don't have to point Ventures; it one shots Ventures.
And then against the Nemesis, it's going to be like.
So I might have missed. It might be you want to do 2 damage rigs in 1 cyclet rate because of the alpha. But
Now with the rate of fire, he's gonna beat me with my large torpedoes. He's going to beat you with your regular torpedoes, and he's going to apply a lot of damage to the laser boat as it's trying to hit him. So he's going to beat all of those 4 ships in terms of direct strike. Even if he goes with more damage, he's not really going to alpha strike the Nemesis, because
what if the Punisher just tanks it though?
the
Punishers are tanky.
The Punishers are tanky, but considering the amount of power that's going to be coming off and the fact that he got 3 rig advantage, it might just. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, both of them have 3 rigs.
I guess it depends how they fit the Punisher Assault. If they fit it like the Mauler and just like brick tank it with resist and everything, like it might be able to tank your damage, so then it'll just slowly whittle you down.
No, it's not that heavy, unfortunately. It is
Yeah,
heavy.
I was going to say, I did a bit of
wait.
a hybrid fit on the Punisher, I think.
Yeah, but it's the Punisher Assault, so it's 333, right?
Yeah. But it's hybrid fit.
And 3 rigs.
It's
or
hybrid
2
fit.
rigs.
It's hybrid fit so that it can try and get optimal speed. And with the formation on this ship, it's actually going to alpha strike it regardless, because it's going to knock out the micro warp drive when you want to get your orbital range. So you're going to lose out on that close range combat, and he can just spread himself to about 12 to fall off on damage from the pulse lasers. So it's going to be like, in that range for the Punisher. So that's where I can see the combat going off. And
Who has the Punisher?
the Punisher is with Eternal Echoes.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
And the Nemesis is going to be with me, so we're going to be going with that later. The Hound 2 is with HAVAK, sorry, and
This is with the weirdo.
he decided to go with small missiles instead of the torpedo launchers. And as I said, all you've got to do is throw on 1 scrambler and double webs, and you get your weight.
Yeah, he'll definitely get eaten.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we come up with then for the 3 engineering rigs? Auxiliary thrusters times 3.
I'm gonna vote yes to that auxiliary thruster time 3, because you need the speed.
I agree. That sounds amazing. I'm gonna start doing that on all my ships.
Yeah, I concur.
Yeah, when it comes to frigates, the faster they are, the better it is. And you definitely want to stay out of the range of that Nemesis. So that speed does add that extra to the block off from the fight.
Yeah, frigs are definitely allergic to webs.
Yeah, they're highly allergic to it, but we're all going to be webbing each other.
I would never web another frigate. That's just cruel.
Mr. 3 Web
All right.
saying you wouldn't.
Oh wait, you did make me put a web on. I forgot.
What do you mean I made you put a web on it? I tried to get you to take 1 web off. You put 3 webs on.
Oh, not on the frig. Oh, you mean on the Naga?
No, on the frig. You've got triple webs because you said that nobody's gonna run a micro warp drive.
Oh no, that was the Naga. The Naga's on my only triple web.
Oh, okay. Then I don't remember exactly what I said for that build.
I mean, you've been helping fit a lot of ships. Just a lot of builds. Just a lot of builds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there we go with the first, the Condor the Condor Interceptor. So I think we're gonna be moving on to the second ship now, which is
The Thrasher.